a little bit back as well. What you can do now is actually just control click both of these lights, and we can just duplicate it by holding in Alt over to the second room. Whilst deleting the already placed light there. Alright. So, oh, yeah, that duplication wasn't that great. Just have to reposition this again. Like so. And if we build now and have a look at our map, it should look awesome. Yep. Now the issue here is we have no way to get up or even through the rooms on the second floor. So first of all, we're going to make a doorway on the second floor, and then we're going to get into ways of getting up there. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to use our cube again as we did on the first floor to make our doors, and 256 times 256, and the y-axis, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be a lot less. 30. Nope, that was wrong. The x-axis is going to be 40. Just move that up. Subtract from the walls. Make sure that it's lined up in height as well, so you don't remove your entire level. And subtract. You can go have a look at it. Nice. Nice. And as we did before, we could just pull it over to the other room again and do the same here. Subtract. Awesome. Now, we're pretty much done with our white box, but if we build now, as we saw earlier, we have no way of getting up to the second floor, except if you're going to play from here every time. I'm just going to have a walk around and see that we're not blocked anywhere, that everything works nicely. Looks nice. So we're going to save this off. You can just hit File, Save As, and if you put DM dash whatever you want to call it, I'm going to call my tutorial number 3. If you put DM in front, it will automatically convert the map into a deathmatch map. So if you play now, you will automatically get a gun. Oh my god, that was high sound. Hang on. Gonna fix that so I don't kill you with sound. Not that kind of guy. This should be good. Let's see. Alright. So, we're almost done with the first part. We just need some ways of getting up to the second floor. It's a bit bad lighting here as well. Should fix that. We could just click our lit function here, and now you can see where it's badly lit. Rebuild lights. And there we go. Better. So there's a few different ways you can do this. If you see that little button on the top here, the grid button, this is what we call the generic browser, where you'll find all different types of materials, item spawns, teleporters, jump pads and stuff like that. If you want to access, for example, jump pads, which is a really great way to jump players up and down, you click the Active Class tab, you navigate down to the navigation point. You should have, for example, teleporter or jump pads. We're going to use jump pads for this tutorial. And when you have selected that, you could just right click the map and add jump pad here. It's really, really easy. Just move that a bit back. And to connect this jump pad to something, or to tell it where to jump you, we need something called a path node. So if you right click your the bridge, add actor, and add path node, you'll get this apple that's actually a path node. If you click F4 when you have selected this path node, you will see the name of the path node -0, and that's the address we need to set for the jump pad. So if you click the jump pad now and press F4 and jump pad, you'll see the jump pad target is set to none, and we need to change that to path node _0. And when we've done that, you see a lot of text coming up. That means it's connected. If you hit P now, oh, never mind, you need to build first. It should work. So just let's try it out. Play. And voila, we got our way up. So we could just duplicate this on the other side. You could just take the jump pad and duplicate it with Alt, holding down your Alt key while you're dragging. And let's see, we need to rotate it so the arrow is pointing in the right direction as well. And then we need to add another path node on top here, and direct that as well. And we need to set the this is naturally then called path node 1, so we need to set that address to this jump pad. F4 again, and then since this is a duplicate, it already points to path node 0, but we're gonna write in path node _1, and then again build, and let's see how this works out. Play from here. Voila, that works nicely. So that's pretty much it for the white boxing. As you can see, this is a pretty dull map, not very interesting. So what we should do is add some textures, and I'm also going to show you how to do something called a matinee animation or movement for a doorway. So yeah, let's get into that. So first of all, if you access your generic browser again, the little buttony thing on top here, you see you have a list of a lot of things. These are actually not loaded packages, but fortunately Unreal Editor comes with a lot of different meshes and materials that you can use. So if you go to File and Open, navigate to where you have your Unreal 3 folder installed. Usually if you have installed it through Steam, it will be in Steam. So mine is in Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and then Unreal Tournament 3. If you press UT Game, Cooked PC, and then Environments, you will get a lot of different decorational packages and artwork and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not going to go into really big details on how to decorate your level. This you can play a lot with. So first of all, we're going to do the doorways. I'm going to use the LT package, which is kind of a futuristic package. So if you go down to where you see LT, we have something called LT doors. And if you open this, you see you'll get a lot of different static meshes. And from here we could just select some door we think is nice. This one is kind of big. This one maybe. I'm not mistaking. Let's just try it out. And just by selecting it in the generic browser and left clicking on your level, you could go add actor and then add static mesh and then the name of the mesh. So you see it's a bit rotated here, so you should close the generic browser, and if you hit your spacebar you could actually toggle through all the different tools. This is the rotational tool. You could also toggle degrees to turn. So if you have toggled this off, you could, for example, move it like freely, but I like to have it on 45 degrees so you always get like the correct angle. And now you see this door isn't actually fitting into what we built earlier, so what we need to do is blow it up a bit, and this is a tool that's not really inside the spacebar switches. So if you click up here, you see you have use non-uniform scaling widget. You get the non-uniforming scaling, so you could scale up without scaling the whole thing hugely up. So let's just move this into place, make sure it doesn't stick out on any sides. This looks great. Or does it? Need to size this a bit, make it a bit fatter as well, so it doesn't leave any sides. Oh, it looks good. Should also move it a bit more centered so it doesn't look so weird. So I think that's it for our first doorway. We could just duplicate that again with Alt, pull it over to the secondary door. And let's see, does that fit? Yeah, ish. As I said, I'm not going to be 100% perfect with this tutorial because it takes a lot of time to get into the small details and make it look just perfect. But yeah, we could just copy this to the second floor as well. And now that you're copying in height, it's really important to get the ground level right so you don't get blocked when you run over it. That is a game breaker. Yeah, this looks nice. Make sure that it doesn't stick out on either side too much. Yeah. We can do the same with the other side. Just gonna make sure that we don't mess up the floor level here. Okay, great. So now that we got our doors in, or doorways in, we need to get a door. Now, what I'm going to show you now is the Kismet virtual scripting and the Matinee animator system. This is a really simple system to make cool animations in UT3. But before we do that, we could just have a go and have a check and see if everything works out fine.